Imagine, if you will, the cold, suffocating darkness. You are trapped. 6 feet of earth muffles your desperate cries. The air grows thin. Panic sets in. This is not a nightmare, but a terrifying reality for those mistakenly pronounced dead in the Victorian era. This was the chilling fear of premature burial. The Victorians were obsessed with death. They were also terrified of it. And perhaps the most gruesome fear of all was being buried alive, trapped beneath the earth, with no hope of escape. It was a fate worse than death itself. The 19th century was a time of great scientific advancement, yet medicine was still in its infancy. Doctors relied on rudimentary methods to determine death. The absence of a heartbeat or breath was often enough. But what about those who seemed lifeless, yet still clung to life? Diagnosing death was an imprecise science. Conditions like catalepsy, coma, and even plain old fainting could mimic the appearance of death. These limitations, coupled with the rapid decomposition of bodies in the pre-refrigeration era, meant that mistakes were made. Living souls were sometimes consigned to the grave. The fear of premature burial was not unfounded. Stories circulated of people being buried alive. Newspapers eagerly reported these gruesome tales. A chilling uncertainty gripped the public. Was anyone truly safe from this dreadful fate? One particularly harrowing account told of a young woman who awoke inside her coffin. She had been in a death-like trance. When she regained consciousness, she found herself trapped beneath the earth. Her desperate cries went unanswered. The story, whether true or embellished, served as a stark reminder of the era's fallibility. Out of this climate of fear, a curious industry arose. Inventors, capitalizing on the public's anxiety, designed ingenious contraptions. Their purpose? To prevent premature burial. These inventions ranged from the practical to the bizarre. Some coffins were fitted with bells or flags. These mechanisms could be activated from within, alerting those above ground. Others featured tubes to provide air and food to the potentially living occupant. The sheer variety of inventions spoke volumes about the pervasiveness of this fear. The most iconic invention of this era was undoubtedly the safety coffin. These elaborate designs featured a myriad of safety features. Some had spring-loaded lids, triggered by the slightest movement. Others had windows, allowing passers-by to check for signs of life. One particularly innovative design incorporated a system of pulleys and levers. Any movement within the coffin would trigger a bell on the surface. This invention offered a glimmer of hope for the terrified masses. It was a tangible symbol of their desire to cheat death, or at least its most horrific miscalculation. The fear of premature burial extended beyond the grave itself. It led to the establishment of waiting mortuaries. In these institutions, bodies were kept under observation for a period of time. This allowed for the confirmation of death, allaying the fears of both doctors and families. The practice of holding a vigil for the deceased also took on a new significance. Family members would keep watch over their loved ones, ready to intervene at the first sign of life. This practice, once a religious custom, became a chilling necessity in the Victorian mind. The Victorian obsession with premature burial reveals a fascinating interplay between innovation and paranoia. On one hand, it spurred a wave of inventive solutions, pushing the boundaries of coffin design. On the other, it reflected a deep-seated fear of death and the unknown. Was this period marked by genuine medical concern or by widespread societal hysteria? The answer is likely both. The very real limitations of 19th century medicine fueled public anxiety. This anxiety, in turn, spurred the development of safety measures, some practical, some bordering on the absurd. Today, the fear of premature burial may seem like a relic of the past. Advanced medical technology has largely eliminated the risk, yet the primal fear of being buried alive lingers in our collective consciousness. It surfaces in our literature, our films, and our nightmares. While the fear itself may be outdated, it serves as a stark reminder of the evolution of medicine. It highlights the journey from a time when death was a murky, uncertain realm to our present era of sophisticated diagnostics. The Victorian fear of premature burial offers a fascinating glimpse into a bygone era. It speaks volumes about the medical limitations, societal anxieties, and inventive spirit of the 19th century. It is a chilling reminder of a time when the line between life and death was terrifyingly thin. Though the fear may now be relegated to history books and horror films, the legacy of innovation it inspired lives on. The safety coffin, a symbol of a society grappling with its mortality, stands as a testament to the enduring human desire to conquer death itself.